Oh my gosh, that is so much fun. That is fantastic. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Twang and Bang. Those are some of my very first shots with my Mystic X from Liberty Suppressors. It's the brand new upgrade to the Mystic, which is the stainless steel version of this titanium 9mm silencer called the Infinity. I don't have the Mystic X here because it's still at my dealer awaiting my ATF stamp, and my dealer just so happens to be my range, 37 PSR and Gun Club in Bun Level, North Carolina. I got to spend a day trying it out on a bunch of different platforms, and I got some really cool video, and that's what's coming up next on Twang and Bang. The Mystic X is nominally a 9mm silencer with an 8-inch total length, a diameter of 1.375 inches, and a total weight of 10.5 ounces not including barrel adapter. Its distinctive end cap locks the baffle core to the outer tube via a wave lock joint. This is the first difference you'll notice between the X and the original Mystic, which instead used a pin to align the core with the tube. The Mystic X was designed to be the Swiss Army knife of silencers, and it's rated for over 50 different calibers and counting. It's easy to take apart, so leading isn't a concern, and it's built tough enough to withstand full power 5.56, 300 blackout, and even 7.62x39. The Mystic X uses a set of barrel adapters not just to adapt to different thread pitches, but also to ensure proper cycling of any given firearm with the Mystic X attached. This recoil booster allows use on most common semi-auto pistols, and it's easily disassembled for cleaning. Pistons are available in many different thread pitches, and Liberty can help make sure you get the right match for your barrel. Fixed barrel adapters are also available like this one for use on rimfires and 5.56 caliber rifles. Note that though I'm using my adapters I got for my Infinity last year, Liberty now finishes them in black. Also, if Liberty doesn't already make a thread pitch you need for either the adapters or pistons, they can machine whatever you want if you give them the thread specs. The lock ring on the Mystic X is the same diameter as the silencer tube, giving the X the smallest diameter possible for mounting under a handguard. It threads to the core, so there's no way to damage the tube by cross-threading or over-tightening. Since the tube is actually the silencer that is registered with the ATF, this is more than just a convenience. It's one of several ways the Mystic X ensures you'll be able to repair just about anything you can do wrong to it without needing a new tax stamp. Liberty includes a takedown tool with each Mystic X, which is simply a pipe threaded to lock onto the core. A firm tap on a hard surface is all that is usually needed to slide the tube off the core, revealing the beautifully machined baffles inside. The core is machined from stainless steel with a very obvious slant and wave pattern to the baffles. Though the baffles look thin, they're tough where they need to be to handle the pressures of the full power rifle ammo they're rated for. The first 5 baffles aren't just thicker than the others, but they're also reinforced at the top and the bottom to prevent deformation. The wave lock means that the radiuses machined in the front of the titanium outer tube are gentler than the notch on the original Mystic. Liberty even moved the engraving to the muzzle end of the X where the pressures are lowest, increasing the rigidity of the tube where it matters most. That is insane. Wow. That's a 9mm silencer on 22, and that is crazy quiet. This is Speer Lawman 147 grain subsonic. That sounds really nice. And you can hear it compared to the rifles being shot 2 ranges away, 2 bays away from here. That's always fun to do. I noticed the weight compared to the Infinity, but you know, I could shoot these back to back and I really can't tell that much of a difference in the sound. This is really, you're not making a lot of compromise on sound going with this versus the Infinity. It's mainly the weight, but of course you do save some money going with the Mystic X. And then you add so many different calibers to what you're limited by the all titanium construction of the Infinity. The Mystic X is not a step down from the Infinity. It's just a completely different animal. So I've got a 170 grain controlled fracturing load from Lehigh Defense, and it's loaded with really fast powder. It's too fast to cycle an AR action. But with the Handi rifle, that doesn't matter. Wait till you hear how quiet this is. I definitely took my ears off for this one. Wow. That's a combination of a really quiet silencer and a really good load from Lehigh Defense. The sound of it hitting the dirt was as loud as the sound of it going off to my ear back here. That's a great combination. So this is my new ARAK 21 upper. It's a piston upper. 5.56 barrel is in there. And the Mystic X is rated for standard pressure 223 or 5.56 as long as it's a 16-inch barrel or longer, which this is. It's also slow rate of fire, not intended for mag dumps. Though you could probably get away with it, you're going to bake off the finish. It's going to get really hot. So slow rate of fire is all I would do with this, but that's still a whole lot more than I think any other standard 9mm can handle. That takes a lot of the sting out of the round itself going off, but it's never going to make the sound of the bullet any quieter. One cool thing about the ARAK is that I can turn the gas to off so that we don't even get action noise with this. Let's try that. That is cool. Another really cool combination. When David Sailors first told me about the Mystic X project, he said they were trying to develop the ultimate first-time buyer's can, something that would enable someone who wants to see what silencer ownership is like to get kind of a jack of all trades. They call it the Swiss Army knife of silencers, but it's a whole lot more than just a can that you could put on a bunch of different platforms, because it's actually a really good 9mm can. It's a really good rimfire can. It meters very well on 300 Blackout subsonic. It's a can not just for the first time silencer buyer, but it's also a great can to have if you want something that sounds really, really good on a lot of different platforms. If you want to learn more about the Mystic X from Liberty Suppressors, be sure to click the link in the video description below. If you like this video, please take the time to log into YouTube and click the like button. YouTube needs to know that you like firearms-oriented programming. If you want to help the channel even more, be sure to click right here to see how you can contribute to my Patreon campaign. Be sure to click right here to subscribe so you can catch my next videos on bows, guns, and other cool things like Liberty Suppressors. I really appreciate you watching Twang and Bang, and hope to see you next time.